G'day guys, it's Ben here, back for another little midweek overnighter. Today I'm heading to this spot called the old upper Emu Creek. Well, it's like the Emu Creek, but the specific spot's like the old upper Emu Creek. Apparently there's like an old school there and an old like historical sawmill and whatnot. And I've just recently made it onto the dirt trail off the tarmac and onto the dirt. There's been a few little, small little creek crossings which were kind of nice so far. And yeah, I've just kind of found this one like while scrolling around the maps. It's about 2-ish hours south of Brisbane. And yeah, I was just kind of looking around on the maps at different state forests and national parks and kind of seeing what looked like interesting areas, what could be like a cool little spot to go. And this one kind of caught my eye as somewhere that's not too far away, and that also looks like it could be quite an interesting, nice little spot along a creek for a overnighter and a new area to kind of explore, which I think is a good way to do it. If you're a little bit unsure about where to go, or you think you want to explore somewhere new, you can just jump on Google Maps or Google Earth or whatever it may be and have a look at the areas. It'll tell you like different national parks and state forests, whether you can camp there, what the camping areas are, and you can find like hidden little gems that you may never have found otherwise. So that's what I've done, and I'm hoping it's a hidden little gem. I haven't got there yet, so that remains to be seen. I have got a plan B if it doesn't work out, but I'm really hoping I don't have to go with the plan B, because that's like another hour and a half away and it's already getting close to 2:30. So then we're getting pretty close to the old sunset times, the classic setup in the dark, arriving at night, which happens quite often with me and Sam, but I'm hoping to avoid that today. But yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully this will be a cool little spot. It's been a nice little drive-in so far, in between the mountains through the valley there. I'll show you a few little clips of that. Some beautiful like mountains I was driving through. It's some great scenery on the way in, and I've only been on the dirt track for the last 8 or so kilometers, I reckon, and it reckons there's only another 8 kilometers until my destination. So let's head there and hope that it's a cracking spot. Okay, so some not so great news. I was wrong about this spot being a gem. Doesn't look like it's much of a camping area, but hey, I've had a cool little adventure exploring around the area. It was a fun little drive. Onwards and upwards. I've got a plan B in place, which will involve just ducking over the border. It's about an hour and 20 minutes drive from here. It's also a place I've never been to before, but it is called it's in the Karila National Park, I believe. And it's an actual proper campground that you can book for and whatnot. I currently don't have reception, so in terms of getting there, I'm gonna have to figure something out, because maps on the phone isn't really working at the moment due to the no reception. But it's 2:45. I've got a bit of daylight left to try and figure out a plan. So it's onwards and upwards. We're heading out of the old Emu Creek region, and we're gonna duck over the border and set up a nice little campsite in New South Wales National Park. Off we go. fantastic. It's been a long day of driving, much longer than I anticipated, as this is the plan B spot, but it is a beautiful area. So yeah, it's a really nice campground area, really nice grassy area. They've got this interesting like grey kind of soil in the actual campsites, which is a bit strange. Me personally, I like the old grass coverage on the little campsite, but I mean, you know, each to their own. I guess they've done it to like level it out. I'm not too sure. It's a very odd choice. But apart from that, it's a beautiful campground, lots of life around here. Plenty of birds. There's some noisy ones, but I'm sure they'll chirp down once the sun disappears. And while there is some sunlight, I think I'll get a bit of a setup going and see where I want to park this car. It's nice that they got the picnic table here, so I probably want to park somewhere up close to that to utilize the light from my awning onto the picnic table, because I'll probably just use this instead of setting up my own table. I'll use this to cook and whatnot. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here is the latest addition to the setup. It is a new stretcher, and as you can see, I obviously haven't opened it before, so I've never used it before. So I'm going to be learning how to set it up right here and now. I made a little trip to Tent World yesterday. I didn't even know it still existed, and boy, do they have some stuff. Oh, look at this nice little carry bag stretcher. That's a nice that's pretty good size. Like, you can kind of get a comparison to me. Nice and compact, won't take up too much extra space in the car, and now I'll be able to just be elevated up off the ground. Bit easier to get in and out of, don't have to get on the ground, and also don't have to get the swag as dirty by putting it on the ground as well. So a lot of benefits to getting the stretcher. The question is, how hard is it going to be to set up? Should be pretty simple. Let's see. I'm already getting it a bit dirty. Can't be that simple, can it? Surely not. Well, I mean, that looks pretty set up to me. That seems way too easy, doesn't it? Let's do the test. Oh, yep. Well, it's taking the weight pretty easy. Oh, how much nicer to get up from this height than the ground. Well, as you can see, I was not paying close enough attention when I bought this thing. It's a little bit long, too short rather, for my swag, and too narrow as well. See a bit of overhang on either side. Oh no! About to cook up a bit of a feed, and I'm just keeping it real simple tonight. I'm just gonna have some snags. I've got some nice pork Italian style fennel snags, and I've just got some broccolini and mushies that I was going to have together. I've realised a bit of an issue. So I've recently moved houses in Queensland, and in that process, the couple of mates I've moved in with, between all of us, we don't have any cutlery. So we're using the cutlery that I had as part of my cooking gear in the house. And my God, I've left it at the house. I haven't brought any cutlery with me because, of course, like, it normally just lives in my car with all the camp cooking gear, so I never even thought about it. So I've got some wraps. So I think the way I can get around this is like cook everything up, cook the broccolini, cook the mushies, cook the snags, and then just chuck it all in a wrap, chuck some Tommy sauce on it, and I think we'll be good to go. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. So I have just checked the car. It reckons it's 10 degrees at the moment. I reckon it's maybe a bit colder than that. Not maybe, like definitely. I reckon the car's not got full accuracy there. It's getting a bit late. The fire's starting to die down a bit, and the temperature is really starting to drop. So I think it's getting about time to get all warm and cozy in the swag and drift off to sleep. It's been a good day out exploring, starting up at old Emu, the upper Emu Creek. And then when that was a no-go, we've made our way here to the Coralia, I don't know how you pronounce it, National Park. Beautiful campground though. It'll be nice to see it in the morning, in the full-fledged daylight. I did get here when it was still pretty daylight, but it was like, you know, towards sunset, so been able to see it in the full daylight tomorrow morning. It looks like a beautiful area, nice grassy kind of campground, which is the best kind of campground you can get. And there is a the Corilla Falls, I believe it's called, just a little bit further down from where the campground is. So I reckon tomorrow morning we'll pack up and head down there and check that out before cooking up a bit of brekkie for the morning and then heading off back home. So look forward to that tomorrow. And you know, the brain's starting to shut down, so it's time to head to bed, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, it's been a good night's camping here at Coralea Campground, if that is how you pronounce it. But yeah, no, plan B worked out pretty nicely. I'd recommend it. It's a beautiful little campground here. I think there's about 7 or 8 spots that you can camp at. 7 or 8 different sites. And there's a nice little waterfalls area, apparently a bit further down, which I'll go and check out just before getting out of here. But yeah, it's been a great night. Beautiful weather. Holy dooly, it's been cold this morning though, 3 degrees. It's taken the sunbeam up for this long just to get the camera battery to work. The camera would keep cutting out because it said it was too cold for the battery to function properly, which is kind of funny. And then there was even struggles trying to cook up some brekkies, some B&E, because the little butane cooker just was really struggling to get going in the cold, and I didn't really have enough wood left over to have a good enough fire to cook on the little fire pit there. But yeah, no, that was all good. We got there in the end. It was just a bit of a slower morning than it would normally be. And yeah, always make sure you put the fire out before you go, just to be safe. Make sure you're not, like embers or flames accidentally start a fire in the campground or wherever it is that you're camping. So always just pour a bit of water over the fire pit, even if it looks like there's no flames and it's already out. Just always put a little bit of water over it, because there'll be some hot spots in there that you won't be able to really see with the naked eye. And it's better to be safe than sorry. But yeah, it's time for me to head out of here. It's been another good overnighter in the bush. And until next time.